Bonjour! Today I'm here to teach you some vocabulary related to the house. So let's start with the word for house. La maison. La maison. And for English speakers, we look at this word and we sometimes see the word mansion, but it's just the word for house in general. So big house, little house, we always use the word maison. Okay, we're going to start with some things outside of the house and then move inside and talk about the different rooms. So starting outside, we have le jardin. Le jardin, and if you think about British English speakers, refer to their yard as the garden. So here, le jardin is the word for yard, and it looks a little bit like garden. La terrace, if you have any type of deck or um, patio, la terrace is a great way to describe that. Une fleur, un arbre, un arbre. Think of Arbor Day. Is the day that we plant a tree. Um, you might think of Earth Day more related to that. But anyway, if you know that word arbor in English refers to trees. So un arbre in French is a tree. Une fleur for a flower. Okay, here we have le garage. Here's a nice easy cognate for us. Le garage. And then we have la voiture. La voiture. So voiture is our word for car. Inside the house, we have la salle de bain. La salle de bain. Et les toilettes. Les toilettes. So here, les toilettes, it's always plural. It's referring to the toilet. And what happens in France, most of the time in a home, your bathroom is going to be separate from your toilet. So all of your bathroom things like your tub, your shower, your sink, anything else that you might have in a bathroom for getting ready, vanity with a mirror and makeup stuff or anything at all like that, hamper, all of that is in la salle de bain. And then there's a separate little room, tiny, almost like a little tiny closet, where les toilettes are, where the toilet is. So it is kept separate from the rest of your bathroom. And I'll try to find a better picture to show you how this actually looks and works. But it does mean, for example, that your toilet's not near your toothbrush, which is a nice thing. It also might mean that you could use the bathroom and someone else is in the shower or getting dressed or things like that in the bathrooms. La chambre à coucher, la chambre à coucher, which oftentimes depends where you see this. Most of the time, you'll see me refer to this as la chambre. In some resources, you may see this whole word. So this is your bedroom. Most of the time, you'll just see me use this shortened phrase, la chambre. La cuisine, la cuisine. So think of if you ever go down the frozen food aisle and you see lean cuisines or kid cuisines, you might have eaten those when you were little. That think of that as referring to food, and la cuisine is where we make food, so it's the kitchen. La salle à manger, la salle à manger. I'm not sure that we've learned this word manger yet, but manger means to eat. So this is a room where we're eating, so it's the dining room. La salle à manger. This word salle is just the word for a room, because we also have salle de classe. If we are talking about a classroom, that doesn't apply to us because we're all spread out in different places, but you will see that word salle in other contexts. And here's another one, la salle de séjour, and you'll also see le salon. So to describe a living room, we've got two different words. Sometimes you might have more than one living room area within your home, or also you may just see me use these interchangeably. I've taught with different textbooks over the years, and some of them use this one, some use this one. So you might hear me say both. La salle de séjour and le salon. Okay, and if you live in France, more than likely in a big city, you would not live in a freestanding single family home. You might live in an apartment building. So the word we use for a building that contains apartments is immeuble. Immeuble. And on if you're lucky enough, you might have un balcon. Un balcon. You might have a balcony to allow you to get some outside air, some fresh air. So if you live in an apartment building, you might need to use un ascenseur. Un ascenseur is an elevator. One thing to know is that many of the apartment buildings in France are older buildings, and so they don't have elevators at all. So you're going to use l'escalier or un escalier to get where you're going. So this looks like escalator to English speakers. If you're like, maybe you're not like my son now because he's 2 and you all are grown up. But did you ever go on the escalators at the mall and enjoy riding them up and down? So just know that escalier is just our word for stairs. If it was an escalator, like we think of in English, that moves automatically, you would have additional words there to let you know that that was an automatic uh, rolling staircase. All right, and finally, if you live in an apartment building, you might not have a yard per se, but there might be la cour. There might be some sort of courtyard in your building where you could go outside and play or ride bikes or chill out since you all are teenagers and most likely don't play with your friends outside. So, I hope you have learned something about houses in France and words that you can use to describe your own home. Have a great day.